Hi, my name is Drexell Johnson, and this is our psychology project, and I'm working with Kayla, Sonnie, and Leroy. And our standard is SSPBC3, and it says describe the behavioral, social, and cognitive changes from the parental period throughout the lifespan.
On average, infants' weight varies between 5.5 to 10 pounds. In this space of 2 years, infants will develop the ability to walk, talk, and feed themselves. This transformation is identified as maturation and learning. Maturation is the internal program growth of a child. By the end of a child's first year of maturation, the nerves connect to the child's muscles to grow.
Freud believed that all children are born with powerful sexual urges. Pickett believes young kids use a different type of logic rather than older children and adults. Kohlberg identified 6 stages of moral development. Erickson believed that the need for social approval was important.
Another name for sexual maturation is also called puberty. Sexual maturation is the biological event that makes the end of a childhood. Girls begin puberty between the ages 8 to 10. Boys begin puberty between ages 9 and 16. During puberty, girls begin their menstrual cycle and boys experience first ejaculation. At times, their body may become uneven.
Physical changes in adulthood. Young adults experience their physical peak between ages 18 and 30. They have their strongest reflexes. Women between the ages 45 and 50 experience menopause.
Menopause is time in a woman's life when her period, menstruation eventually stops and the body goes through changes that no longer allow her to get pregnant. It's a natural event that normally occurs in women ages 45 to 55.
When you were first born, your physical appearance was very different than it is now. Our average infants are between 5.5 and 10 pounds and 18 to 22 inches in length. However, in the space of 2 years, the infant will develop into a child who can walk, talk, and feed him or himself. This transformation is the result of both maturation and learning. Maturation is the internally programmed growth of a child. Learning is a relatively permanent change in behavior resulting from responses that change as a result of experience. The process of maturation becomes obvious when you think about learning how to walk. The infant locks the physical control walking requires. However, by the end of the first year, the nerves connected to the child's muscles grow and they're ready to walk. Then there's sexual maturation or puberty, which is the biological event that marks the end of childhood. On average, girls begin puberty between ages 8 and 10, and boys begin between ages 9 and 16. During puberty, girls experience menarche, or as we say, period or cycle. Boys experience first ejaculation and axionomy, when body parts may become uneven.
Learning language has several steps to it. First, one must learn to make signs, learn the meaning of those signs, and learn grammar. Then, in the first year of life, the average child makes many sounds. Late in the first year, the strings of bells begin to sound more like language that the child had. Children imitate the speech of their parents and siblings. The leap to wing sounds as symbols occurs sometime in the second year. The first attempts at saying words sound incomplete. Near the end of the second year, they begin to express themselves more clearly by joining words into 2-word phrases. However, a child's grammar still isn't like that of an adult. Children use telegraphic speech, the kind in which words are left out, but the meaning of those words are usually clear, such as, "Where my apple?" By the age of 4 or 5, children have a vocabulary and several thousand words. Their ability to use words will continue to grow with their ability to think about and understand the world around them.
Many critical periods in development happen during adulthood. During this time, health problems, menopause, marriage, divorce, and sexual behavior problems come into play. Three of the most common causes of death in later adulthood is heart disease, cancer, and liver failure. Drug abuse is likely to peak in late adolescence, or young adult. Violent deaths may result from a tendency to push the physical limits among young adults. Menopause is a biological event in which a woman's production of sex hormones is sharply reduced. However, women experience little or no discomfort from this. The irritability and depression some women experience during menopause appears to have an emotional rather than physical origin. All these physical changes happening to both males and females during adulthood can affect married couples. 40 to 60% of all new marriages end in divorce from conflict. It's said that success or failure of a marriage largely depends on how couples handle conflicts and how often couples share intimate and happy moments. Speaking of intimate and happy moments, sexual activity doesn't automatically decline with age. Those who are inactive experience boredom with partner, having illness, or having acceptance of the stereotype from loss of sex drive with aging. So as you might have heard, enjoy being young while you're still young.
Sir, how you doing?
How you doing?
What's your name?
Tijan Warren.
What's your child's name?
Antonio.
How old is little Antonio?
He's about now 5 years old.
5 years old. So when Antonio was first born and throughout his first year of life, how was his speech development?
Well, it came pretty quickly, I must say. In the first, I'd say, 7 to 8 months, he was saying little words.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And did you notice him copying any of those foul words you may say?
He'll say a little bit of them, but then again, we'll be like, no.
Can you give me some examples?
Nah, we ain't gonna get
No examples? No
no,
examples?
not right now.
And throughout his first couple years of life, did you see anything, his walking? How was his walking development?
He started walking pretty fast. 'Cause I guess he always saw me and his mother on the go. So he always wanted to keep up with us. So he started developing walking pretty fast, I must say.
That's good, that's good. Do you have any little brothers or sisters?
I have a little brother. He's my twin. I was older than him about a minute and 30 seconds.
And throughout your course of life, did you see? So with you and your twin brother, did you ever notice any different developmental phases or changes that you didn't exactly have the same?
Well, his odor smelled worse than mine. I hope my son will get that. Yeah.
Do you know how to speak any other languages?
Yeah, Spanish. Hola, me llamo Tijan.
And do you plan on teaching your child that language?
I might. Cause it's like it can get you into a lot of career jobs,
And thank you again. Thank you for being a participant to our survey today. Thank you, sir.